The credit card world just got turned upside down, and if you're a points and miles enthusiast like me, what I'm about to tell you could completely change how you earn rewards forever. A massive $38 billion settlement between Visa, Mastercard, and the merchants was just finalized, and the implications are absolutely huge. This isn't just another industry update. This could fundamentally reshape which cards you can use and where you can use them. Today, we need to talk about something that could impact every single card in your entire wallet. After 20 years of legal battles, Visa and Mastercard just reached a settlement that's going to change everything. We're talking about potential restrictions on premium reward cards, new surcharges, and a complete shift in how merchants can accept payments. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this settlement means, which cards could be affected, how it might impact your earning strategy, and more importantly, what you need to do right now to protect your points and miles game. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a complete action plan. Let's start with what actually happened here. This $38 billion settlement ends a legal dispute that's been going on since 2005. Merchants have been fighting Visa and MasterCard over interchange fees. Now, those are the fees that stores pay every time you swipe your card. Now, here's where it gets interesting for us. The settlement does two major things. First, it reduces interchange fees by about 0.1% over the next 5 years. Now, that does sound small, but the second part is the real game changer. Merchants will now be able to choose which types of cards they will actually accept. Think about that for a second. A store could decide to accept basic Chase Freedom cards, but reject your Chase Sapphire Reserve. They could take your no annual fee cards, but turn away your premium travel credit cards. Now, the settlement breaks these cards into 3 categories: basic consumer cards, premium reward cards, and business cards. And here's the kicker. Merchants can now pick and choose which categories they want to deal with. But here's what most people are actually missing about this. The real power for the merchants isn't just in rejecting cards, it's in the surcharging. Merchants can now add up to a 3% fee when you pay with credit cards. Imagine paying an extra 3% every time you want to earn points on a purchase. So which cards are we actually talking about? Let's get specific because this affects some of the most popular cards in the points and miles world. Your premium Visa cards, we're talking about Visa Infinite and Visa Signature products. That includes cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Capital One Venture X, most of the premium airline credit cards. These carry higher interchange fees because they fund those generous reward programs. On the MasterCard side, World Elite and World Mastercard products are in the crosshairs. Think of cards like the City Premier, many of the hotel co-branded cards, and business cards across the board. Now, here's something that caught my attention. American Express isn't part of this settlement. They already charge higher fees than Visa and MasterCard, but they've managed to maintain widespread acceptance. That could actually give American Express a competitive advantage here. But let's be real about something. The cards most at risk are the ones we love the most, the premium travel credit cards with the best earning rates, the strongest welcome bonuses, and the most valuable perks. These are exactly the cards that cost merchants the most to accept. The question isn't really which cards are at risk though, it's which merchants are actually going to use this new flexibility. And that's where things can get really interesting. Now, before you panic and cancel all your premium cards, let's talk about what's actually likely to happen, because the reality is probably less dramatic than the headlines suggest. Most major retailers aren't going to start rejecting premium cards. Why? Because losing a sale costs way more than paying a 2% or 3% processing fee. If Target or Walmart started turning away Sapphire Reserve holders, they would lose customers to competitors who will still accept those cards. But there are some categories where we might see some changes. Think about low margin businesses like gas stations. They already do cash versus credit pricing, utilities, government payments, medical billing. These are areas where we might see restrictions first. High ticket merchants might also jump on this. If you're buying a $5,000 piece of jewelry, that merchant might prefer you use a basic card or pay cash rather than eat a $150 processing fee on a premium rewards card. Here's what I think is more likely to happen: widespread surcharging. Instead of rejecting cards outright, Merchants will just add the 3% fee and let you decide if your points are worth it. We're already seeing this at some restaurants and small businesses. The other thing to watch is how this affects business cards. Business cards typically have even higher interchange fees, and small businesses might be more willing to reject them since business customers often have payment flexibility. What about the impact on airline and hotel programs? This is really where it could get concerning for us as points and miles enthusiasts. Airline and hotel chains make massive amounts of money from their credit card partnerships. We're talking about billions of dollars in revenue. Southwest just expanded to Hawaii partly to give their credit card holders more attractive redemption options. These programs are literally subsidizing our flights. If interchange fees do drop and fewer people use these co-branded cards because of acceptance issues, that revenue stream gets threatened. Airlines might have to cut back on routes, reduce award availability, or make their loyalty programs less generous. American Airlines, for example, gets about $5 billion annually from selling miles to Citi. If that partnership becomes less profitable because fewer people want to use the card, where does that leave the Advantage program? The good news is that this settlement probably won't kill these partnerships, but it might force them to evolve. We could see more focus on travel-specific benefits rather than everyday spending rewards. So what do you actually do right now? Here's my practical advice. First, don't panic. This is going to be a gradual change, not an overnight revolution. Keep using your premium cards where they're accepted. Second, consider adding a basic no annual fee card to your wallet as a backup, something like the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Citi Double Cash. These cards will likely be accepted everywhere and can serve as your fallback option. Third, pay attention to surcharges. If a merchant adds a 3% credit card fee, do the math. Is earning 2x points worth paying the 3% extra? Usually not unless you're working on a welcome bonus. Fourth, this might actually make American Express cards more attractive. Since they're not part of this settlement and already have high fees, they might become the premium option that's still widely accepted. Finally, consider diversifying your point currencies. Don't put all your eggs into one airline or hotel basket. This settlement could affect different programs differently. Look, change is coming to the credit card world, whether we like it or not. But here's the thing. The points and miles game has survived regulation before, and it'll survive this too. The key is staying informed and adapting your strategy. This settlement isn't the end of premium reward cards, but it is a shift towards merchants having more control. The cards and programs that provide real value will survive and thrive. The ones that don't might struggle. My advice, keep playing the game, but play it smart. Use your premium cards where they're welcomed. What do you think about this settlement? Are you worried about the premium cards being rejected? Or do you think this is much ado about nothing? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one and I'm curious to hear your take on this. If this breakdown helped you understand what's happening in the credit card world, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We cover all the major changes in points and miles, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Speaking of changes, you need to know about a loyalty program that is not tied to a credit card ecosystem. It's called Rove Miles. This program gives you the chance to triple dip on points and miles very easily that you need to know about. Not knowing about Rove Miles will cost you thousands of points, and I lost money and points not knowing about them, and you can find out about all of this in this video right here.